think it's really incredible that there's such a beautiful natural space, just, a few minutes walk, and here you are in nature.
Campus natural areas are a big part of campus in general. I mean, it's important to have green space along with all the asphalt that we're putting in along out here.
There's no other university campus that has something like this. We have 2.5 miles of shoreline without a road. You could go along there and you never have to cross a road or see a car. It's really quite special.
This is a wonderful escape. My thesis area is right around the corner from where we are right now, and I love coming out there and doing field work and just getting away from the parking lots and the buildings.
I'm probably out here at sunset more often than any other time of day. There's something about that time of day when the light's changing and the colors are different and it's all reflected in the water that makes me want to be out there and witness it, and makes me want to reflect just a little bit of the beauty that's there.
The campus natural areas are along the shore of Lake Mendota, covering essentially the breadth of the University of Wisconsin campus. So you go down to the Memorial Union and a little bit farther past the Center for Limnology, and there you begin a path that goes along the lakeshore. The Howard Timmon Lakeshore Path was originally part of the Park and Pleasure Drive Association. The Park and Pleasure Drive Association, which was formed in the early part of the 1900s, laid down the path and actually a dike across University Bay in order for carriages to get from one spot to another and to take carriage rides.
That one.
What is it?
Tennessee warbler. Accelerates through 3 different speeds of song.
Eagle Heights Woods has been singled out as a study area for many years for ecology because it is a hill with orientations to the north, south, east, and west, all still intact as vegetation. So far on the north side, you have maple basswood. On the south side, you have oak hickory and the various spectrums in between. We also have a lot of the bird life and other kinds of animal life active in those woods.
No, they're looking at it. It's in the middle. So there's 3 of them looking right down. Gotta get that. That's good owl.
We're burning this to try to control some of the overgrowth of cattails we've been having here to try to make it a more diverse habitat and better for wildlife. As a restoration student, it's really important for us to have this experience, the actual practical experience of working on an area like this, of helping to develop the management plan, and of being involved with the implementation. It helps with our education to give us a broader picture of it, and it also helps us get more real-world experience and develop real-world contacts.
In the future, I would like to see this established as an urban field station, set aside for teaching and research, where we are able to have a long-term record of data that have been carefully collected by a series of students so that we can look at what changes happen over time. One of the things that I think Madison ought to become known for is looking to the environment as one of the biggest teaching tools. And I think that there's lots of room here for people all across campus, and we know there are more folks doing this.
It's called an anagama, which means traditionally a Japanese-style kill. The firebox is directly behind the door, and the wearer is directly in contact with the wood ash, the flame, the intense heat. The wood is the fuel. There's no electric, there's no gas, and we have to be here around the clock, 24 hours.
There's lots of physics and science going on. What kind of materials you make your clay body out of, and the types of materials you use for your glazes or slips that go on it, and then the different kinds of wood. All these different elements all combine to create different effects.
Both Emily and I have work in the kiln. I have one of my large sculptures for the MFA show, surrounded by various pots, lidded jars, cups, mugs, teapots.
And you get the smells, and you get to experience the entire firing from the very first step to the last step. You get to see the temperature raise, you get to see the flame, and then you get to be outdoors and watch the weather change and everything kind of moving around you at a slow pace. And it's very hypnotic and soothing and a really great experience.
This is an urban area. The campus natural areas are an urban, natural area. I could take any square foot here and look at it with students, and we could all find exciting things going on that are healthy. We could also find many influences going on that we say, oh dear, that's abuse, that's something that we have hurt. Because people have been coming here for so long, the place is so small, the banks are so steep, it's fun to get down to the water. We have abuse, in a sense, because we've all, with our little feet, gone places over and over again. So erosion is the biggest problem that we have in campus natural areas right now.
This particular location is called Caretaker's Woods, and this particular path, according to legend, was originally a deer trail, and people just started using it. So it has never been designed as a proper trail, and because of that, it's had some problems, which we are trying to correct now. We're trying to put in sort of standard tread and drainage techniques.
I love to use trails, and I like to be a part of building them, so that they're there for me to use and for other people to use. It's just good to work outdoors and get a little dirty.
Volunteers are a very important part of the system. Hundreds and hundreds of hours have gone in during mosquito season, during wetness, during miserable weather and humidity, whatever. It's always been sort of beyond the call of duty, I think, is what people have done because of what their hearts tell them to do.
We are all emotionally tied to the land, and whether we know it consciously or not, I think we form bonds with the landscapes that we're in.
They're loved so dearly by the people of Madison, and the people associate this land with their experience at the University of Wisconsin campus, wherever they may be now.
It worked. Hey, ducks. Give me a boat that can carry two.